Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Cause I'm heartless, and I'm back to my ways cause I'm heartless. All this money and this pain got me heartless. All life, cause I'm heartless. Said I'm heartless. Feel better man, but I'm heartless. Never feel what I want, but I'm heartless. All life, cause I'm heartless. I lost my heart and my mind. I dreamt to always do right. I thought I lost you this time. You just keep backing up.
Hello，新庄体育馆所有的球迷朋友们，你们有叫外送吗？我是今天点得到的，交给彭尊的彭尊。
All right， 大家好，我是汉弟 Handy Lee， 大家一起来用500亿。All right， 现场新庄所有的观众朋友们，给我一个最大的尖叫声！
Yeah，
哇，我点的尖叫声到了，这个尖叫声
点得到。
没错。OK， 好的，那我们呢今天来，彭尊是不是有什么话想要先告诉大家？
那今天呢，我们将迎战的是暂时第1的福尔摩沙梦想家。除了球员们在球场上全力以赴，也希望呢所有的球迷朋友们用最大热烈的声音，让我们一起守下这一座胜利。胜利点得到。
没错，点到胜利之外呢，大家都知道，相信非常明显。我们本周呢，让我们一起来欢庆新北国王 Uber Eats 主题周。我们 Uber Eats 将在1月17号到1月30号呢，在 Uber Eats App 上面推出国王盛宴专区。那我们推出多项的优惠，国王盛宴专门呢集结汉堡王、世界豆浆大王等王相关品牌，推出买1送1的优惠。来不了的，就上我们的 Uber Eats 一起享受我们的国王待遇。
那提早进场的球迷朋友们都可以拿到我们 Uber Eats 的拍拍扇主题拍拍扇，以及呢 Dentist Day 牙医选的旅行组合包，让你看球赛吃东西美食之余呢，也能够保持口腔清洁。旅行组随身携带，想刷牙就刷牙，是一款呢让拥有爱与微笑的牙刷。
没错，那我们的城堡周边活动呢，还有我们 Area 02城堡夹鞋机。王道银行以及 Global Mall 环球购物中心的准备活动。那我们呢，欢迎进场的球迷朋友们可以多多利用空档时间去体验一下我们的城堡周边活动。那另外今天的禁卫军预测呢，是第1节得分最高的禁卫军。那想要参加我们预测的球迷朋友们，可以到我们的预测摊位投下你神圣的一票。那今天呢，我们会抽出2位幸运的朋友，可以获得我们上礼拜表现非常亮眼的小丽林立人的亲笔签名球。
那本周呢，今天、明天2天呢，是我们 Uber Eats 的主题周，我们也推出了皇家的限量商品。那其中一款呢，是一起和诸位同贺禁卫军战士林书伟的生涯里程碑。那另外一款呢，则是呢不断暴扣带动球队士气的 Kenny Manigo。这2款呢主题限量 T 恤呢，都只有在新庄体育馆，也就是今天呢、明天呢这2天可以买到。
没错，那我们本周呢还有我们的中场游戏，我们的中场游戏就是 Uber Eats Yes or No 投球 PK 游戏。那我们将邀请4位幸运的球迷朋友们呢，来一起参加。那等一下呢，我们会丢出小球，1颗球呢就找着你最好的朋友，或者是你的女朋友、男朋友都可以，好不好？只要捡到球的1颗球哦，就是2个人来参加我们的中场游戏。那获胜的人呢，就可以获得林书豪亲笔签名的 Uber Eats 限量好礼。好了，讲了这么多，相信大家一定非常期待今天的比赛。 在我们正式开场之前 ，All right， 让我们先用最大的暴动声，欢迎我们新北国王大队 New 台北 Queens。All right， DJ 上 ，Let's go。
Jacob, he a fucking millionaire.
Yeah.
Fuck this club up. 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 Fuck this club up.
I tell them that I'm the sleaze, they telling me, okay, prove it. I leave these bitches on red, so now they know that they blew it. I tell them I'm moving units, my videos, they gon' view it. Spotify ain't gotta lie, they really streaming my music. Give me my tens. Give me my tens. Give me my tens. Then take away 2, I 8, I win. Give me my tens. Give me my tens. Give me my tens. Then take away 2, I ate it up again.
尖叫声给我们的 New 台北 Queens。我们的帅气与美丽，只有在我们的新北国王，我们新北国王啦啦队 New 台北 Queens 点得到。感谢他们的精彩表演。
相信所有球迷已经迫不及待迎接这场新北国王面对福尔摩沙梦想家，双方球员准备就绪。首先为各位介绍福尔摩沙梦想家。3号吴家俊，4号德文马布尔，7号林耀忠，10号丁冠浩，18号杨胜彦，21号简浩，24号希沃克，30号吴松蔚，88号周伯成。接下来进场的是先发5人 ，Starting Five，11号林俊吉，23号钱肯尼，28号卢冠良，34号基尔贝克，42号布伊德，总教练皮尔曼，助理教练赖柏林、陈世年，董事长田磊，总经理韩俊凯。请现场所有新北国王球迷朋友们将目光移至上方大荧幕。
让他去多打到1号位了，吸收经验了。
现在是人的倭寇要付出代价，林书豪变挡加速，净赚加长。
下来进场的是新北国王，首先为各位介绍 Number 4，禁卫军雨伞打出李威霆。Number 10，禁卫军弓箭手微笑射手 Chen 简佑哲。Number 72，观众就爱看小丽林立人。Number 3，禁卫军刺客陈志南。Number 19，皇家大锁榜哥林金榜。Number 55，空中冲锋部队，看你马里狗。Number 11，新北皇家坦克王柏芝。Number 49，禁卫军防守悍将阿宅翟正浩。Number 17，不断进化我大苏喜苏世轩。接下来为各位介绍新北国王篮球队先发5人 ，Starting 5。Number 1，左右开弓，90分垒林书伟。Number 9，全能后场指挥官，新北飙风玫瑰林凯燕。Number 33，城堡守护者 Christian Andy Number 14，皇家阿帕奇 Tony Mitchell。It's time. Number 7，展现王者风范，掌控全场节奏 ，Germany 林书豪。中间 Rama 上助理的马可特拉林振宇，球队经理洪世福，球队助理洪承渊，心理咨询师 Clay Danner， 首席体能教练张崇熙。体能教练刘振宇，防护员邱博凯、吴崇豪，数据及影片分析师李维恩，总经理毛家恩，执行长陈信生，董事长王文祥。好，请双方球员呢到场边稍待片刻。我们现在要进行的是 P.LEAGUE 2023-24 POSHA 11月份的 MVP 颁奖。我们请球员呢先到两侧稍作休息一下下。新北国王林书豪在开季呢带领球队6连胜，独占龙头宝座，并且呢获选2023-24 POSHA 11月份最有价值球员。林书豪呢开季呢马上暖机，于11月出赛最多的5场比赛，平均呢攻下23.2分、6.2篮板、6.4助攻，亮眼的成绩呢让他获得全票的 MVP 候选人，最终呢获选到11月份最有价值的球员，更是呢联盟史上第1位连续4个月单月的 MVP 得主。现在呢，就让我们邀请11月份 POSHA MVP， 让我们用最热烈的掌声欢迎新北国王林书豪，以及呢台湾保时捷总裁 Christian Nader 呢上台呢进行一个颁奖。Jeremy， 我们到右边。好，我们请台湾保时捷总裁 Christian Nader 为我们颁发 MVP 奖杯。Award the MVP trophy to Jeremy。好，我们请中间的媒体朋友来进行一个合影的动作。 OK 吗？好，再一次掌声给新北国王林书豪以及呢保时捷总裁 Christian Nader。精彩的比赛即将准备开始。
好的，与此同时呢，我们这边要邀请到我们新北国王啦啦队 New Taipei Queens 来到我们的场中央，来跟我们一起为我们的新北国王加油应援。让我们这一季继续 Corner City。好的，现在呢，麻烦各位拿起你们的拍拍扇，以及拿出你们的声音，让我们提前热身练习一下我们的加油应援，我们的进攻以及防守。好的，首先呢，我们先用防守，我们来练习我们的防守。All right， 地点上，让我们一起来捍卫我们的王城吧 ，Let's go！ 防守。防守，防守，防守，防守，防守，防守，防守。OK， 这就是我们的防守。那接下来呢，就是我们国王进攻的新北国王。All right， 地点上 ，Let's go Kings！ 新北国王。新北国王，新北国王，新北国王。OK， 这就是我们的进攻以及防守。那接下来呢，邀请大家把你们的双手一起举在空中，让我们看见你们的双手跟我们的大旗一起左右摇摆。因为接下来呢，要播放的就是我们新北国王的主题曲，我们的《王城荣耀》Corner City。Everybody, put your hands up. Let's go. New Taipei King. We gotta win, yeah. Let's go, let's go. We gotta win, we gotta win one more time. 再来一次 New Taipei King. Let's go, let's go. Everybody say. 最后一次 We gotta win, we gotta win. 尖叫声给我们的新北国王啦啦队以及我们的新北国王 ，Make some noise! Let's go！ 那这边呢，谢谢我们辛苦的新北国王啦啦队，感谢你们。那接下来呢，记得继续跟我们场边的啦啦队以及我们的国王们一起为他们加油应援，捍卫我们的王城。Let's go Kings！
Say the day with a flick of the wrist. Work together, give each other assists. You don't see me coming, I'm a plot twist. Senses are tingling, we find a villain and get the tag team and them leave a fake checking for what I'm believing in. I know my destiny greater than this. We got a bond that no evil can break forever, my bro. At the end of the day, this bigger than us. We got too much at stake. I'm good by my myself, but together we great. Putting my life on the line for the citizens. See all the angles I'm weaving and pivoting. Then I'm drop kicking a criminal idiot. I recognize the playground at the city is. Feel like a jungle jump, feel like I'm juggling. Sky full of turbulence, street keep on rumbling. But I ain't worried about nothing as long as it's me and my buddy. We ain't gonna be struggling. You take the left and I take the right. We taking the chances and rolling the dice. Sticking with you like your uncle's advice. Trusting my instincts, I'm not thinking twice. I know my enemy's not gonna play nice, so I'ma give it my all every time. Let go of fear, it's just all in your mind. Surprise what you find if you just look inside. Carpe the diem, now you on the night, but you gotta decide to fight or to fly. You doing what's right, it's bigger than pride. Really no limit with friends by your side.
Yeah, my senses bouncing off a wall, evil lurking every day.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Good evening from Xingzong Gymnasium on the corner of Gongyuanlu and Zhonghua Lu. It's the Formosa Dreamers against the New Taipei Kings. The last time these two teams matched up here was Christmas Eve, and the Dreamers overtook the Kings for first place at the time. With the result of the previous game in the books, the Dreamers still have the first place spot, this time by a game and a half, but now the Lioneers defeating the Braves in a low-scoring game. A 26-point comeback, I believe. That is among the leaders of individual game comeback efforts. They find themselves in third place again, with the Braves falling to 6th and 8th. The Pilots are in action against the Lioneers tomorrow, and the Steelers are here in Xingzhuang for tomorrow's game. Now on to the introductions of the broadcasters. On the left is Xiaohu Hu Jingqi, and on the right is Li Zhilong or Julian. 球迷朋友们，你找到了官方的英文转播，要看中文的转播讲评，当然就看到中文的转播连接。谢谢你的收看，记得 Plus League 的转播都要帮我们按赞。I'm Ryan Chen, your Plus League English play-by-play, and it's an honor to speak to you here from this now returning to a venue as the Kings finally get to settle down a little bit. They've had a very, very busy month of January, and there's still some of the games left up to play, including here in the Plus League, of course, and the East Asia Super League, where they have one more game against the Ryukyu Golden Kings in Okinawa. Over to the Dreamer side.
其实，在上礼拜对阵国文的时候，其实我们进攻就有点不顺，然后就是我觉得那个礼拜就是调整的没有这么好，然后就是延续到下礼拜。对到富邦都没有做得很好，然后在这礼拜花蛮多时间在进攻上面，然后教练也是教给我们很多就是之前比较做不好的地方，然后去修正。我觉得最大因素就是球的流动，然后大家都有接到球，然后把握每次的出手，然后还有禁区的巩固，就是篮板，然后还有火锅，然后才可以让我们有更多的进攻回合。
That's Aji Ling Junji, who won the December MVP. Well, you see, he had an even better season 3, but with 15 points per game and the team winning 7 games to no losses. That's his record. As if you were tuning in earlier, Jeremy Lin was presented with the November MVP. They finally figured out the right timing to do that between the sponsors and, of course, Kings home games, sharing that. Starting with the Kings a couple weeks ago, they didn't attack well on offense, and that continued against the Braves. So they've had to work really hard in practice to adjust. Less one-on-ones, and have a little bit more spreading of the scoring opportunities. Then saying, what could that be specifically? It's ball movement, everyone getting to touch the basketball, increase the quality of the shots, but also, as you'll hear a lot, it's a lot up to the defensive end of things. We'll show you a graphic soon enough for the Dreamers win and losing splits. And typically, of course, if you win, you're scoring more and you're allowing less points. But for the Dreamers in particular, it's the defense. And that applies to the Kings as well. And Xiaoli Ling Liren echoed the same sentiment in his pre-game interview. The hero, one of the heroes for the Kings in their victory against the Lioneers last Friday, the day before Election Day here in Taiwan. He was asked about his personal performance, what Jeremy has had to say, having sat out a couple plus league games, was still involved, and last had to manage with their additional games on their schedule.
首先，我觉得重要工程应该是全队每一个人啊，因为那一天其实是一个防守战，对我们国王来说，因为其实在前面一段时间，其实我们在防守这个部分其实挣扎了蛮久，然后那一场在缺少了很多的主力可以跟我们一起比赛的状况底下，其实我们靠防守然后赢得那场比赛，所以我觉得工程应该是教练团，然后还有其他的一些队友。其实就像刚刚前面哥哥讲的那句名言嘛，就是 shoot your shot， 所以我觉得大家要更有自信一点，然后更有信心一点，因为我觉得赛季很长，那总是会起起伏伏。我觉得其实最大的状况应该是球员的体能，在体能的调节上面，其实关于这一点，其实教练团伤透了脑筋，不管是哥哥，不管是凯燕，不管是杨将。包含其实明天要复出的敏哥，其实也是一样，因为他们年纪其实老实讲都比较偏年长一点，所以其实，在过去的这2周，因为毕竟在东超的最后的冠军周也即将快要开始了，已经确定4强已经确定，所以已经在准备在调整东超的冠军周，然后同时我们也要兼顾一下 Plus League 我们自己本土联赛。
Charlie sharing that their victory against the Lioneers was a team defensive effort, especially with the main guys out. They've not been on as strong on the defensive end as of late. Well, the offensive side, Ling Liren with 17 points and 5 3-pointers made were both career highs, as the previous 9 games he hasn't seen that much of the floor, but shooting with confidence, but now shooting with a little accuracy. Then echoing what Jeremy was telling the Steelers all last season, to shoot your shot. And he has continued in the Kings camp. And additionally, he's also sharing that even with players who don't get as much playing time, the message is to play with confidence, because everyone is working hard, everyone is trying to help the team win their ball games. And as to their additional games, Charlie sharing that now that they've confirmed a spot in the East Asia Super League Final Four, that's 2 additional games of high intensity they'll be playing. And thanking Ryan Marchand for adding a little bit extra conditioning work to the mix. They will be getting back a couple of their guys. The officials for this evening's affair, Wang Zhenfeng, Chen Kaohong, and Peng Sixuan, before we get to the starting lineup of ball players for these 2 teams. For the Dreamers from left to right, Brandon Gilbeck, Julian Boyd, Aji Li Juji, Kenny Chen, number 23, and Ryan Lu Guanliang will be getting the start. Dreamers in their dark jerseys, as the Kings will be wearing this jersey, the yellow. Christian Anigwe, Joseph Lin, Jeremy Lin, Kyle Lee Cayenne is back. And rounding out the lineup is Tony Mitchell. Well, a number of changes for especially the Kings side. With the last game they had number 10, Jayonza, number 17, James or Sushi, and Kenny Manigal getting the start. But Jeremy, Anigwe, and Kyle in their places. Lee Cayenne hasn't played since December 31st, so that's a couple of games. Looks like Tony Mitchell, a quick study of the handshake lines, getting involved with the Dreamers. This is the second time Mitchell and Anigwe are starting together. Last time was December 23rd in the victory against the Braves. On the Dreamers side, Lu Guanliang, their wing shooter, his 8th start of the season, but he only shoots about 30%. And off the bench, he is averaging +10 plus-minus per game. And then the theme for this weekend is Uber Eats for the Kings. Nayeon Shing will be throwing up the ceremonial tip between Mitchell and Brandon Gilbeck. One last note about imports, as the fans might be a little bit more familiar with Gilbeck and Julian Boyd for the Dreamers. Christian Anigwe and Tony Mitchell, they also started together for only the second time, as I mentioned, and only 8 starts in the 18 games combined for those 2 guys. And this is the 5th time Kenny Manigal is coming off the bench, so it's still about a 2 to 3 split for Kenny Manigault. His production's about the same. Well, that's enough pregame blabber. It's time to tip it off. Tip won by the Formosa Dreamers. Once again, they're wearing black. They're the left side of the scorebug. And the Kings, wearing their yellow jerseys, are the team on the right of your scorebug. Aji cutting down the middle. He's definitely one to keep an eye out on. Gilbeck screening for Kenny. Out to Boyd, back to Kenny, left open. Goes to a forced shot, and it still goes in. Kenny Chen maybe with the unorthodox follow through. A good sight for the Dreamers. Has definitely been the player that other teams have let free to shoot on the outside. Only 3 of 23 coming into today. As Jeremy finding space to Mitchell, blocked from behind, and that could be Ling Jingqi, who had one taken away. I want to take another look at that one. There's Jeremy attracting the defense. And oh, it is close. Might have been a little something. So Mitchell will have to earn it from the line. Tony Mitchell, former Taipei Full-On Brave a while ago. 18-19 season. Mitchell listed at 203 or 6'8". Aji probing, taking a middy. And the ball will be out of bounds. They say off of Jeremy though. Jeremy trying to contend that he got it smacked in the hand. Quickly, Dreamers another chance. Aji to the right, and that's no good. Kayan left with some space. That's in and out as Mitchell in okay positioning as Aji throws it off of him out of bounds. Coming into today, the Dreamers had their 10-game winning streak snapped by the Lioners back on January 6th. But funny enough, Coach Jamie Proman was much happier with their effort in that loss than in their victory against the Kings the day before. Boyd will try the turnaround. Joseph speeding ahead, lost the handles of it. And a chance now for the Dreamers to run. Aji to Gilbeck, push and slams it anyways. So an emphatic 2 points for the Dreamers. This time Jeremy hit from the side and it will be a foul. Get another look from my angle pretty much on the baseline of the Dreamers basket. Brandon Gilbeck in his 3rd season now with the Dreamers, in his 3rd season in Taiwan. Seen his scoring now up to about 15 points per game. Jeremy bounces the first one in. He's seen his free throw numbers dip below the quite lofty 90% of last season. Still way above average in the Plus League at 83%. Maybe he's trying to challenge himself by hitting the sides of the rim. Now Joseph Lin. Aji gets a step, puts it up. It's a miss as Gilbeck couldn't get the stuff. The Kings might be considering themselves lucky as Jeremy in a gaggle of Dreamers defenders. Now Kenny deflects the pass and picks it up himself. He's got Joseph Lin in front. No contact foul. Ball eventually to Anigwe. We're headed the other way. Jeremy got by one and can't avoid the defense of Gilbeck. It will be Kings basketball. It's not an easy task to try to lay it up with number 34 chasing you down. Gilbeck actually set a personal block shots high of 8 against the Kings. And his simple response repeatedly was, "It's my job," as if it's an easy thing. It's a little zone look for the Dreamers going the other way, and Mitchell leaves it a little short on the reverse. Lobbing it up. That one's going to be out of bounds now for the Kings, they say. That's number 42, Julian Boyd. Up close, and there's a whistle, and it will be a foul. A hit on the back. I'm sure the Kings trying to contend it was just out of bounds. Guanyang looking baseline. Again, it's Boyd. And an easy score on an inbound. Something got mixed up there in the Kings defense. Jeremy got to step on Kenny, but the alley doesn't connect with Mitchell as a jump ball will stay with the Kings. This particular Kings lineup, you're mostly looking at their 2 other guards to shoot and space the floor. Little zone breaker for the Kings as Joseph lifts it up high, and a left-handed stuff from Anigue. Didn't realize he had that in him as ball goes out of bounds. There is a whistle off ball between Gilbeck and Mitchell. Get another look at this one. Anigue in the dunker spot. Getting plenty of air there, and a good feed by Joseph Lin, albeit slightly wide, but we'll give him credit for, the 2 men credit for style points. Anji feigns the back door as Gilbeck's looking for an outlet. Quick stint for Doug as the hook is a miss and a foul on the rebounding effort. Jianhao in early for Lu Guanliang. A little bit of pressure as Gilbeck finally finds the basketball. A chance for the Dreamers to push. Kenny taking the contact and dropping it in. That'll be 9 points for the Dreamers with a chance to get to double digits. And Jeremy and Joseph putting up a pretty sincere effort to argue. Definitely a tricky spot as a defense. You're really at the mercy of the offensive player. Looking up at the scoreboard. 1 foul for 3 Kings on the game, and the free throw is good. Little trap as Anigue put the ball right up on Gilbeck's chest. I don't think that's a good idea to lay it up. Another off-ball foul as Boyd eventually had a lane created, but the whistle came first. No, it's Brandon Gilbeck with a foul. That'll be his 2nd. And immediately the Dreamers are going to the bench. You see the shove there. You really can't screen with your hands pushing away. That's not how it works. So Devin Marble will check in along with Jerry for number 88, Zhou Guochen. Don't forget, we also have Gary Taiyue on the Steelers. Block pass as Jeremy was trying to hook it up there, and now foul on the baseline. That's bonus free throws coming up. So if you just tune in, Dreamers with an early lead. Jeremy made his first two free throws, but that second one is too strong. The two Lin brothers, both out of Palo Alto High School in California. A little screen. Now a little big screen as Marble dropped on the baseline, and there's a whistle. Looks like hopefully ball out of bounds. Don't think there was a foul there. It looked like good defense by the Kings. Marble thought he had a step, but it was Jeremy and Mitchell combining for that block. Newest import to the team, Devin Marble, has played one game in the Plus League. That was against the Lioneers. Quick inbound to Aji. Now a little driving kick as Boyd will try the big, like, scooping hook. Mitchell down in front of me as the Kings go a little 4-on-5 offense. Mitchell checking the local big of Jerry as Boyd got a mismatch against Kyle. Shoots the pass over. Marble fouled from behind. That was Mitchell pushing an offensive place there. That might be considerable for an unsportsmanlike. We'll see about it after the break, as the players will finally realize we're now in our first commercial timeout of the ball game. Thank you for tuning in. But this broadcaster's got to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Drop the quiz.
On my pregame script about the Kings, have a couple weeks in a row previously with one East Asia Super League game on Wednesdays and one Plus League road game. And both times they had Jeremy in the East Asia Super League game, but out for the Plus League game. The three-point percentages month by month for the Kings has gone down. Don't forget they started with a league record 7 straight victories to open a season, whereas the Dreamers had a strong December, but have kind of a lull in the month of January. Another baseline out of bounds, but this time Marble trying to find an outlet. Dobleton guarded by James, not the general manager, but number 17, Big Sushi. And now it's an illegal screen by Dobleton. Referee had his eye on him that whole possession. Get another look at the hold, I think. Not a great spot for a screen there as Joseph Lin throws that out of bounds. I'll say he's kind of put in a tough spot when Anigwe brings that defender over for the double team. Aji, screen for by Boyd, and the Kings right now switching everything. But a foul as Marble is kind of curl cutting to the basket. And this is kind of the interesting debate in every basketball player's mind. When the Kings are switching everything, that creates mismatches, but so early in the game, they want to keep their ball movement going, so even with Boyd with a smaller defender on him, he doesn't run right to the paint as Marble bounces in the first.
我们再试一次哦。
Marble missing the second and almost getting his own board. Little hammer play. Jeremy back to Joseph. Back to the middle of the paint to Jeremy. The two brothers playing keep away. Draining the three is number 7. Now Marvel and Boyd in the pick and roll. Hit from the side. Free throws coming up. Seems like Kings need to calibrate their defense, especially on those ball screens with Marble. The hero of the previous game, as mentioned, PLEAGUE. Well, not to forget, Joseph Lin had 16 points and 10 assists. So for the first time in a little bit, the Dreamers bringing on, quote unquote, in Taiwan we call him a small import player, but basically not a big man. Marble's debut came January 7th as the trio with Gilbeck and Boyd. So the same trio of 3 imports to rotate. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Definitely was not as aggressive as you'd imagine, but I'm sure Coleman doesn't mind it too much. Another corner screen as Manigault with Doug in front of him, overshoots it. Another Boyd and Marble pick and roll. Ball bumped out of bounds. It will stay with the Dreamers, though. 5 Kings on the floor all over it. The referees will have a quick conference first. And for now, it'll stay with the Dreamers, though. Jeremy's trying to call the challenge, though it's kind of up to Coach Marchand. Doug on the quick catch and shoot. That's off. And it looks like Zolbor's getting it off of a King's leg. So a lot of possessions that the Kings have had to pack in the middle defensively. Again, Doug on the catch, but Jeremy covers it up. Number 3, backup point guard Hayden is in there. Boyd taking it left, stopping. Dreamers pop the ball out with less than a second to go. Doug off to the right and a chance for the Kings to run as Marble, Strip Manigault, keeps his dribble alive now. And a great defensive possession, especially in transition. Hooking it up there, kind of into no-man territory as it'll fall out of bounds. Seems like Marble in good control. Referees say incidental contact with the feet, and smart to put the basketball down as a dribble and avoid the traveling call while you're rolling around on the floor. So the Kings playing for a little bit without last year's import of the year, Byron Mullins, as trying to stay in front of Jeremy. Jerry commits the foul. Mullins has also, like Lee Kai-yin, not played since December 31st, which is 2+ league games, 2 East Asia Super League games. Though, to be fair, there is the issue of the players and their compensation for the different competitions. And also rest, and of course visas could also play into the calculus on that front. That was a loss to the Braves. But Byron Mullins had a kind of heavy load to start the season, playing 10 out of the first 12 games for the club. A couple of free throws made for Jeremy, and they bring it within 2 as Kenny Chen will check back in. Boyd and Hayden. They switch the sides as Marble stopped by Sushi. This time the Kings get it on the run. Manigault in the paint, there's a whistle, and the ball will fall for the and one. Kenny Manigault throwing the throw out. Headband looks good. Strong enough to finish over 2 Dreamers in the vicinity. You can follow along to the game, PLeagueofficial.com/game/465 for this particular one, but Manigault no good with a free throw. He's averaging almost 17 points, 8 rebounds, and don't forget, almost 6 assists. Jeremy got a hand on it as Doug will have to retreat it out. Boyd from center, that's off. A chance to take the lead as Jeremy between the legs and off iron. So Kenny trying to get it back, got by 1, puts it on the board, and no, as a quick jump ball called. And it will stay with the Dreamers as we've got a substitution coming in. It's going to be Tank in for Anigwe. And the cheers for him and Joseph Lindcraft. As Jeremy and Christian will get their rest. With Tank underneath, Boyd not challenging it. So Hayden giving a step. That's off the mark. Not great three-point shooting yet on the game. Dreamers only 1 for 6. Manigault puts it up, blocked. And forced into it out of bounds as Marble didn't have good balance. Not great shooting percentage both ways. There's a lot of rebounds, a lot of second chance opportunities, and kind of a theme this year in the Plus League is every team is ratcheting up their defense by such a high intensity. Saw that in the earlier game between the Braves and Lioneers, only a combined 149 points. With Doug in front, Kenny Manigault spinning into some trouble and still knocking it down. Dreamers with Haji back in will run their game as Boyd taking on 2, stopped. Manigault, he'll get another one. This time Doug Creighton. Not enough to stop number 55. Starting this game off with 6 points. Scoreboard a little bit far from my eyes. He missed the last free throw. As the players sort themselves at the line, the referees need to keep a keen eye on it. Talk about things you've never seen. Well, how about the wrong number of rebounders on the block? That'll get the Kings up by 5. Charlie chasing a Kenny Chen around. As odd spacing by the Dreamers. Marble to Boyd from the elbow. No. Double team on Joe as space is made. Xiaoli from the left. Running into Tank, hand on the wrist, and that one is a bonus coming up. Might be Tank's only weakness. He only stands at 195 centimeters. That time he got caught with his hands a little bit down too. Actually, quite a bit down. So the Kings trying to get through this first quarter with only 2 local big men, but of course, the caveat of having a Kenny Manigault kind of play the rover spot. Gilbeck is in for the Dreamers. Well, this unit theoretically can space the floor with Tank and Sushi capable of getting their shot off. Finally, Kenny Manigault gets the screen he wants. To the other side, Xiaoli sets his feet, and this time it was short. First one after the back iron. Release from Marble. Back we go, Kenny Manigault before the defense set as Xiaoli at least got a hand on it. Ball batted to Joe. Dreamers defense need to find their man. Xiaoli, this time from the left corner. And, it's an 0 for 3 start for the second number 7, as he calls himself. Hence the number 72 for Linglira. Aji in the paint as that one's batted off of batted out by a King. Lu Guanliang in. This is a long run for Doug Creighton. So the Kings going with Ling Jingbang. So Tank is playing center against Gilbeck. Ling Jingbang tasked with guarding Marble, who's got a step on him and an easy jumper. One of those classic guard nudges on the perimeter. Manigault got by one, shoots the pass, a little too hot, out of bounds. Good stretch for the Dreamers. They even it up. A chance to go ahead, even 2 for 1. Marble into trouble. Over to Aji, and Joseph Lin crashes into him. Not much you can do there. Just Aji willing to take that hit. Good awareness too, because the Dreamers are now in the bonus. So talk about how things are changed. Ling Liren in his hot streak, getting the rotation moments before JJ. Tiptoes, but the free throw is off. Earlier, Jeremy was presented with the November MVP award, while Aji's was the recipient of the December MVP award here in the Plus League, presented by Porsche. Dreamers were 7 wins to no losses. A little bit better, but still out. But the Kings now will take momentum. Joseph Lin, quick fire 3, off to the left. Marble, still guarded by Ling Jingbang. Going to the spin move, floating it up short as Kenny Manigault getting by 1. There's a good argument that might have been held in transition, though they do get a foul eventually. 2 free throws coming up, but the Dreamers do have possession if they can get the rebound, or the second one is a made free throw. Looks like Perlman had a sub ready to go, and somebody will have to come in. It's Doug Creighton. Might help with the rebounding department. Took a little while, but Kenny Manigault trying to get something administratively figured out. I thought I saw Lu Guanliang there at the substitution seat. But right now, the referees have to consult the game commissioner and the scorers table, as we have an awkward delay in the game. I'm not entirely sure. I think Perlman is trying to convince the referee in the scorers table. It was indeed Doug Creighton, but the scorers table, as notified by Manigault, said that was not the guy at the end of the bench, at the end of the scorers table. So some gamesmanship. Hayden will have to go in, at least for a possession. And that's certainly a downgrade at shooting, just player for player. Hayden on the season only 3 for 17. Doug still trying to find his mark, but already up to 8 for 26, or 31%. Manigault, hey, gets credit for that substitution, makes the first free throw. Kings up by 1. We'll see how the Dreamers will finish up. Ball bounces into Marble's hands. Not a lot of time left. Gilbeck, the drag screen, slips it as all the Kings collapse, leaving Lu Guanliang open from the right. Got it! With 1 second left, Joseph didn't get off in time, and the Dreamers end the first quarter with a 21-19 lead. Good execution there with time running down. So we'll go to break. The second quarter will begin after this.
点不到就比差，点得到的话就比一个圈圈，好不好？空心菜点得到吗？点得到就比一个圈。空心菜是圈，那空心球嘞？空心球是圈啊，没错没错没错。空心菜是点得到，空心球是点不到，没错。来，换你们喽。空心菜 ，Hello， 欢迎到新庄体育馆。空心菜，一边是空心菜，一边是空心球，要看一下自己是哪一边哦。好，点得到的是点得到的话，帮我比个圈；点不到的帮我比个叉。还有小朋友，空心菜是没错，点得到没问题。好，一边是空心菜，一边是空心球哦。空心球的话点得到吗？标准答案。现在在吃着美食的朋友，空心菜点得到吗？随时会在荧幕上哦。Hello， 欢迎来到新庄体育馆。没问题，打个招呼也没问题的。
The Plus League is supported with the likes from viewers like you, Kenny Manigault, with the highlight package before we get started in the second quarter. On the game, a personal 8 points, being very aggressive, taking the ball to the basket. Once again, the Dreamers choosing to have Devin Marble, along with their rotation of perimeter players. Of course, they don't have Derek Lee, Way still out with ankle injury. They do have Gilbeck and Boyd. Meanwhile, the Kings with a long stretch of only Kenny Manigault with 4 locals. Joseph Lin now getting a flare from Tank. Dreamers match up as JJ out to Joseph Lin, way out on top. Green from Tank picked up the dribble early as Boyd jumps it. 1 man to beat. Will be a foul call as Boyd looked like he might have took a poke to the eye. Joseph Lin's second personal.
Hey, can we review that? He hit me hard.
And look, again, picking up the dribble early and into some trouble. And that was quite a big windup from, well, maybe not a huge windup. That was a hard swing at least. I wouldn't say windup necessarily. At least the referees will give Boyd a little bit more time to recalibrate to take these free throws, but they won't go to the monitor. Boyd averaging almost 19 points per game, 73% free throw shooter. Rattling in the first as I look up and Tony Mitchell is in, but Kings want to call a quick conference before the free throws. Second one is no good. The lead sitting at 3 right now. Jeremy with marble guarding, tries to go between the legs. Really easy as Manigault from outside. That one can't find the mark. Marble dribbling left. Don't see that a lot as it's 3 and more offensive rebounding from the Dreamers. Marble trying to dribble it between Lee Jibang's leg and turnover. Miss. Lee Jibang running up to Jeremy, cleaning up the glass. It's like one of those rim running exercises they like to play. Quick turnover by the Dreamers as Jeremy wait up for his team. Going right, got a step early, layup is in. Jeremy Lin with a little personal floral run. Pass, Boyd, a slippage on the baseline. Ling Jibang fell hard. Cowboy will need to help clean things up. Unfortunate, Jeremy made the 3, but the referee, because Kings had possession, helped them call an injury timeout. Lee Jibang still laying prone face down on the floor. As you see, he takes this kind of twisting hit and falls on his hip. So hopefully he's not hurt, but it certainly is not a good feeling. He'll be sore tomorrow. Don't forget, Kings have possession with 21 seconds on the shot clock as the Dreamers right now engaged in a little bit of a sideline huddle with Coach Perlman. There are 1, 2, 3, 5 Kings on the floor, with Jeremy finally joining to create a little huddle around Ling Jibang. I would suggest he gets up on his other side. Use his arms to help brace him up so his legs and his glutes don't do so much of the work. So sometimes when you're a basketball player, you're seen at your best, but sometimes you're seen in a maybe unflattering situation. Ling Jibang, of course, dutifully there, sticking in the play and playing defense. Looks like they're going to call out the stretcher early. He's probably not going to even stay in the arena. Now he'll be helped off. The locker rooms are behind the benches of the two sides. Let's see if the Dreamers, there's a little bit of timeout and getting a little talk to with Coach Perlman on the sideline, if they make an adjustment or if the Kings continue the momentum. Remember, they had Jeremy score 2 straight buckets. In his place, I believe it's either Jinyotze or Lee Kai-yin. Very different rotations of this game, but Ryan Marchand always says it's a long season, so we're going to experiment things. Everyone's going to get their chance. Deflected pass, Aji and Boyd getting around one, faking one out, and getting the lay-in is Boyd. And immediately it sounds like Marchand issuing the timeout. They want to talk things over with 10 minutes to go in the first half. The Dreamers take the 1-point lead. We'll be back after the following messages.
Yes or no 的这个游戏方面，把你们双手举起来。来，这边我们的双手要看见。接好，有没有？回答了。那记得要接到球的朋友。
PLEAGUEofficial.com/shop, where you can get all of Plus League merch from all 4 seasons of our league history. This 4th season ongoing. If you're just tuning in, the #1 Dreamers are taking on the #2 Kings. Previously, Jeremy had a little 2-basket run and then a stop in his score has forced Marchand to call a timeout. As on screen on the right, former national team player here in Taiwan, Richard Zhang Sihan is in the building. Check things out. Take a look at the product. Jeremy, a soft double team, able to make the catch and bring it up court. Down to Mitchell, he's surrounded, had that one blocked on the second effort, got it. Another and one coming up for the Kings. There you see Lu Guanliang with the initial defender, with Boyd coming in late. Kind of gonna give up ground, give up momentum. Just like that, moves for the Dreamers as Kenny Chen and Gilbeck will come in. This is one of those games that is very hard as a broadcaster even to find rhythm. So many substitutions, so many times these teams trying to break each other's momentum. And PLEAGUE trying to stick with Boyd. Alley blocked, or deflected, shall I say. Jeremy trying to take on 2, finds a crease, and it's in. Puts it through with the right hand. Not to be outdone. Mitchell blocks him at the rim. Kings with some momentum as Jeremy fires it from the right. It's hit. a quick run by the Taipei Kings, and now it's the Dreamers forced to call a timeout. A well-attended game here in Xingguang. So much for momentum breaking. The Kings now find themselves up by 7. No microphone on the King side, but getting a look at Jeremy. Just focusing his energy on Kenny Chen, creating the space, got it through, and thanks to a little touch pass from JJ, they are off. Over on Jamie Perlman's bench addressing his Dreamer spot. Definitely one thing about making so many substitutions is you don't create as much continuity with the guys on the floor. So every time you change players, unless they're close to the same position, close to the same skill set, they kind of have to run a slightly different set or slightly different variations on the offense you want. And of course, nobody in the Plus League wants to see the other team get out to running. That's where everybody's at their most dangerous. Jeremy Lin already with 17 points, 2 rebounds. Oh, he's selfish, only with 1 assist. I say so facetiously. The Kings on the game overall do have 5 assists to already 8 turnovers, so they're working on that. Meanwhile, the Dreamers living with 6 assists, 8 turnovers. In the Plus League, we do have a positive assist to turnover ratio, but it's not playing out here as Aji stop, block. Now JJ, one man to beat, putting it up, and another one. All transition points for the Kings. Working in the middle, floating it up, but Mitchell reading the pass again. He's doing a great job. Jeremy goes down awkwardly as the Dreamers deflected out of bounds. Maybe incidental, but certainly something the Kings don't want to see is their guy getting pushed over in transition. Mitchell has right now been the best defensive player for the Kings. JJ will get a catch and shoot. Just a clink as Mitchell takes an awkward fall. Maybe his feet got tied up or a slippery part of the floor. A foul from behind as Anigwe was having a hard time handling Gilbeck, who I would argue that Anigwe needs to start counting down. As Jeremy suggested in the game against the Golden Kings, if the big man is stuck in the paint, just start counting down. 3-second violation in the paint is still technically a thing. Of course, facetiously up to the referees. Only the second team foul, third between the two teams on the quarter. Aji hesitating down to Boyd, but in an odd position. Bunch of bodies tangled up, and they say out of bounds off of the Dreamers. I'm sure Boyd felt the pressure on his back and his rear, but you're in a kind of a tough position against 1, if not 2, if not 3 Kings defenders down low. Jeremy fakes one, and in, this time using the window. As the lead is now up to 11 on the ball game. Started by Christian Anigwe on the switch. They're looking, and another foul. I don't know if it's Cayenne or if it's Enigue. I think it's going to be on number 9. So the Dreamers, feeling that their offense is not quite flowing, have really been trying to use their size advantage. And indeed, Lee Cayenne would be right. Boyd was the one who initiated the arm hook. They're matched up again. Kenny floats it in over Jeremy. That was pretty good defense, and he still got it. Putting a slight pause to the Kings' run as Jeremy ran to a Dreamers wall and called for a foul. Just a common one as Aji bounces up, though feeling something funny in his left elbow. Gonna look at Jeremy kind of running into the Gilbeck help. We'll have an argument there. Doug trying to receive this inbound, has a size advantage on JJ. Now the Kings not switching. Gilbeck at the high post with Kenny. With the right hand. Good lockout by Mitchell. Jeremy fakes one out, and another one, a switch from the right side, 45. Boyd with a step, swallowed up by the Kings and called out of bounds. Trying to get the pass off in transition. Kind of understandable that they want to give Aji space, but you're kind of forced into things you're not familiar with. They're just a simple ball screen and Kenny getting to his feet. And Jeremy knocks it down. And that's really one thing the Dreamers cannot afford, is Jeremy getting incendiary from outside. Looks like the Dreamers will be making a change. Jerry in for Julian Boyd. Probably expelled quite a bit of energy. Trying to fight for position down low. Trying to bring the ball up. All things that tax you a bit. Lee Cayenne down to Mitchell. He's got a two-handed jam. Mitchell, number 14, he's got 6 on the game. Doug screening for Jerry. There's a switch. He pops free. And that calmed the noise down as very physical rebounding and a flopping warning actually given by the referee. Get another look, just the Jeremy cross screen. Not much going on there, and the Dreamers don't communicate who's the one trying to get open. Yeah, I would say there's not too much there. Another Enigue screen, cross screen the other way. Jeremy gets to work on the handoff. Elbow extended, no problem. We're all witnessing a number 7 show. Lead the Plus League this year with a game high 44, I believe, in this building. Noble hood. Nice big man moves over Enigue. Need a little bit of help. More horn action, and Jeremy rifles it to Mitchell. Thought about that step back, but time running out. JJ to Jeremy, and a 3 seconds call against Christian down low. Not the worst thing in the world. Though I'm sure the Kings won't want to tell their players that. Right now find themselves up by 14. little bit of pressure, and the Kings forced into a backcourt turnover. They do have Hayden in as point guard, but they were looking Doug Creighton's way. Devin Marble will come into the game. Trying to get a little bit more offense in. A little zone look for the Dreamers as Lee Kai-yin. They rotate JJ from center. Definitely prefers the wings and the corners. That's kind of a function of the Kings offense though. He just doesn't get a lot of touches straight away. Hayden from the left corner, he'll give it a try. No, as Jerry fouled. Have to earn it from the line. Nobody checked him on the block out. Get another look at just nobody checking Tobota. Mitchell actually took a step back and commits the foul. Can't fault him too much for that play, though. If you want to be perfect when it comes to film study, indeed, he definitely lost his man. Doesn't take a lot of free throws. In fact, only 1 for 2 coming in today, and from the field, 2 of 4. Tough rebound, and it will fall out of bounds right in front of us. Chance to extend on the lead once again as this broadcaster fixes headphones. Cross screen from the little as Jeremy between the legs, fading away. It's in! No matter the defense by Devin Marble. 26 in the first half. Somebody open up the record books for Jeremy's scoring performances. He's had a lot of them. They're looking for Gilbeck from Manny Galt. Now Jeremy coming over and a whistle. I'm definitely curious as to what the referee's seen. He's got 2 players who are very good at taking the ball away. Here's Jeremy. I definitely thought he'd go to the pull-up earlier. Took even an extra dribble, which gave Marble a chance to get back in the play. That said, Gilbeck not very much on the game. His first trip to the line, only 2 points so far. He's not had that many looks. The last game against the Braves, 13 points, 13 rebounds for Brandon Gilbeck. 0 for 2 trip can't feel good. Joe's back in, hands it off to Jeremy. Crosses over, finds space. You guys see what I'm seeing. Jeremy comes to help. Dreamers left open as Hayden will close the gap and miss the floater. Not good signs. Flipping it to Joe. He'll try a little runner, and kind of a break for the Dreamers as Joseph Lin, good hands to keep possession there. From way downtown. A trooper from Palo Alto, not in this case. Dreamers have numbers. But Jeremy again zoning up on Gilbeck. And they actually play a zone. Zolbotin will try, airballs it. Christian Igwe helps out Jeremy. Bring it up for Lee Kai-yin. That's a splash. 49-28. This second quarter, an absolute Kings domination. They find themselves up 30-7 on the quarter. don't think we've ever seen a quarter split so dramatic. Well, you only have 2 timeouts in the first half of Plus League games, so Coach Perlman utilizing one of his right here. Again, that could have turned into a turnover as Jeremy took off in the backcourt without any teammates ready to receive as he made his jump. And when you bring the ball down, that's a travel and a turnover, but Christian Inigue streaking through the middle, making the catch, being the relay man, to use a baseball term, and delivering a dime to a teammate. Well, earlier we had some low-scoring performances by the Lioneers and Braves in separate halves, but getting a look. Previously, you already seen this angle. Jeremy between the legs, then a fadeaway. And this is the same look. The producer, come on now. The sponsor doesn't get that much camera time. And the last play to lead us to a timeout was the Lee Kai-in three-pointer. Good to see him back. Again, he last played in the East Asia Super League game against the Morocco Bulls. Was really the last time we saw him. That was back on January 3rd. The Kings secured their first road victory overseas. And then, like I mentioned, they beat the Ryukyu Golden Kings here in Xingzhong at January 10th to secure a Final Four spot. They did beat a Golden Kings team who only had Jack Cooley, their only import. For some reason, whether administratively or perhaps there was an injury, only had their one import. And it was a kind of a tough, low-scoring battle, but a win's a win. Golden Kings will have their chance for revenge next Wednesday. Doboch on a long possession, forced out onto the logo. That's not where you want him. 4 seconds left. Manigal jumps the pass and it's off of the Kings, but only 1.6 seconds left. Again, kind of a staggered line formation. Achi floating in the middle. Boyd will just drop it out of bounds. Yeah, dry out those hands. So I was saying the earlier game had low-scoring halves. I guess I will avoid that, as I'm sure both coaching staffs will have a stern talking to with their team. Inigue finally gets the pass. Back to Joe. Alley-oop! And oh! So sweet from Christian Inigue. One AST to Joseph Lin. Switch on to Doboch and switched on to Marble. The two Lin brothers playing a little zone. Marble hangs and misses. Manigal, strong board. Nobody checks him. He's got a lane. Down to Christian. Another one! This time a little gentle two-handed rack shaker. I'm having trouble keeping up. 53 to 28. Poke from behind, ball gets away, but Doboch to Boyd. That'll finally be 30 points for the Dreamers in the first half. Jeremy up close. It's usually tough turnaround and rattles it home. I didn't think it had a prayer. Extra credit coming up for the A student. Had a much taller, well, kind of taller Jeho on him. Got him in the air. Boyd even came over to help. And too much contact. The referees are taught hands, then waist, then feet, and it was not clean. The free throw just dancing out, and yet the Kings 5 points from doubling the Dreamers' first half score. Tank staying in front of Marble. Trapped in the corner, no outlets. Taps him once, and now, not a 5 seconds, but a traveling call. And Marble just experienced what it's like to get pushed over by a Taiwanese M60. I hope I'm getting my letters and numbers right. There you see, when you reverse pivot, you just allow more space to the defense. Two-for-one opportunity for the Kings if they want to be even more ruthless. Local bigs in there. Jeremy lines it up. Mercifully misses if you're a Dreamers fan. Let's see how the Dreamers get a little run going if they can. Aji's got the mismatch. Marble got one in the air. They stay on the floor. There'll be a sideline out of bounds. No, they say it is a shot. Oh, the Kings were in the bonus, excuse me. The Dreamers have only committed 2 fouls. Maybe they need a foul more. Just 2 free throws, not a 3 shot. Well, be sure to get onto All Plus League social media to check out the highlight package after the game. If not, delivered right now. I'm sure my colleagues are working on it. Jeremy has broken the single quarter score. Already 22 points. Here's his chance. One full possession with Kenny Chen guarding him. Tank screens right, but Jeremy calls him off. He wants to go the other way. Now Tank screens is here. Rifles it to Kyle. He's running. Whistle. Bad Dreamers rotation there. I mean, they were put themselves on the back foot. So Lee Cayenne will finish it off for the Kings with 2 free throws, unless an offensive rebound or some kind of foul happens right here. And the Kings are doing so with this big lead, only with 4 made 3-pointers. We'll bring you the halftime stats at halftime in our break, but a little defensive sub to get the Lin brothers out. The Kings are right now all locals out there, just matched up across the board. Tank's gonna initial soft double Marble as weird inbound from way back court. Not a great execution of the full court shot. That'll be it for the first half of this one. 57-31 for the Kings returning home. I think they'll need more than just a little whiteboard if you're the Dreamers. You might need the lecture hall at nearby Fujian Catholic University. We'll go to halftime and take a little break here from Xingtong.
好，麻烦4位慢慢到我们的场中央，谢谢。来，麻烦我们的工作人员也麻烦迅速的让我们把道具给放上啊。好，工作人员在放的同时呢，跟你们讲解一下规则。来，弟弟，来，转过来。不要以为我真的是外送员，我不是，我是主持人。好，接下来呢，我们要进行的游戏叫 Uber Eats Yes or No。 我们的投球 PK， 那我们也就是这个点得到跟点不到的 PK 赛。然后呢，我们一队，你们2个是一队嘛？你们2个是一队，一队会有8颗球，你们可以看看，8颗绿色的球跟8颗黑色的球，我们分绿队跟黑队。那我们来，弟弟，你有穿黑色，你到黑队，好不好？那我们就到另外一边，那你们就到绿队，好不好？我们的 Uber Eats 队。 好，那来跟你们讲一下，上面总共呢有8个字。那我们呢要把点得到的球，点得到的球是点得到的哦，要投进绿色的 Uber Eats 餐车里面 ，OK 吗？点得到的东西哦。那点不到的话，就要投进普通的黑色球车，可以吗？好啦，给你们各一队的优势，像是我们的这个，我看一下，飞碟，你觉得 Uber Eats 点得到吗？点不到，要投到哪里？没错，黑色的球车里。看来大家都懂规则了，你们也是好不好？投不进的啊，只要是不对的，都放到我们黑色车子。记得要把球投出去之前，给我们的工作人员看球上面的答案。他如果说对是投这，他会给你比个圈圈 ，OK 吗 ？OK， 好，那我们准备哦。对啊，准备哦，直接开始哦，准备计时开始。好的，我们呢把飞碟放到，要记得给我们的工作人员看一下哦。没错，飞碟是那一边。飞碟你在 Uber Eats 上点得到的话，那也帮我点一台，谢谢。要给工作人员看球，要给工作人员看答案。你觉得 Uber Eats 点不到控肉吗？怎么可能呢？控球可能点不到，但控肉是点得到的哦。没错，拉面点得到。好，我们的绿队首先完成，那也谢谢我们的黑队的弟弟们，大家给我们的2位弟弟一点掌声吧 ，Come on， 谢谢。好，恭喜2位是情侣档嘛，很好。那我们来到场中央，弟弟。
It's halftime here from Xinzhuang Gymnasium, home of the New Taipei Kings, are rolling in the first half, thanks to a record-breaking performance, all that and more. As we get a look at some of the faces in the crowd before reintroducing my colleagues Xiaohu Hu Jinqi and Julian Lin Zilong. I'm Ryan Chen, your Plus League English play-by-play. And well, the Dreamers go on a quick run to end the first quarter. If I'm reading my notes correctly, it was a quick pick and roll, and Lu Guanliang hitting the 3. But that was the last 3-pointer the Dreamers hit, as in the second quarter, not only did they go 0 for 5, but they also missed 6 free throws, and that cannot be good for the team morale, the team momentum. And in addition to that, they also were forced into 11 turnovers, and I think none more indicative of the way the game has gone than the last baseline out of bounds for the Dreamers. Julian Boyd didn't even make a clean catch and just went straight out of bounds. The highlight package from the first half, most of the Dreamers ones came basically in the first quarter. But the new record in the Plus League single quarter belongs to Jeremy Lin with 22 points. The previous high was 21 points. And that was accomplished by a number of players. I remember notably former King Chris McCullough, and I believe that happened in Hsinchu County Stadium against the Lioneers. So Jeremy's first half right now sitting at 30 points, and I think what's also notable from that crazy second quarter is the Kings kind of shared the basketball. They only had 5 assists in all, so it's really a lot of individual creation that's happening. One of the more high skill shots with this one where, again, it looks like he takes an extra dribble with the left hand, which kind of allows Marble to get back into play, unlike this one where he pull up straight out of the crossover. And the Kings bench having a little party over there. There's the combined team statistics where, at least in the first half, it's been a lopsided affair. The Dreamers held to only 2 of 13 three-point shooting. They do have an advantage down low with Julian Boyd and Brandon Gilbeck, but they have really not exploited it. And again, they've also not shot well from the free throw line, so that really doesn't inspire confidence either. And when they get fouled, they've also already committed 15 turnovers on the game. Coaches kind of go crazy once the number hits the 20s. And so if they repeat this first half, a 30 bomb at the turnover stat line would not be ideal. And shooting overall, the Kings kind of making up for a cold shooting first quarter for both teams. We'll go to a break before leading scorers, and you'll know who it'll feature coming up after this.
欢迎球迷朋友们可以跟着节奏一起摇摆哦，好不好？想跳舞的朋友忍不住的朋友。Hello， 欢迎你们来到时装体育馆。还有这个步伐，这个可以啊。 加油，黄蜂胜利！Hello， 哇，很多人带小朋友一起来，全家出动。有小板板的朋友可以举起来哦，我们导播会去帮忙找到你们。 赶快拍哦，赶快哦，赶快哦，来得及哦！这个自己做的海报。Uber Eats 点不到，梦想家赢球好，哎呦！
Oh, having a little bit of fun with the Uber Eats slogan here in Taiwan. 点不到 meaning you can't order. Oh, the reflection kind of throwing us off. Plenty of fans in here in for a treat as Jeremy Lin leading the Kings to a big lead in the first half. Let's start with the Dreamers though. Devin Marble with 9, Kenny Chen 8 points, Boyd with 7, Ryan with 3, and Gilbeck with 2 points for the Dreamers. They really need to almost rethink their game plan as the Kings really were catching on to what they were doing on that side of the floor. Over to the Kings side, nobody in double digits except one, Jeremy Lin doing it for 3. 30 points for his evening. Next to Kenny Manigault, 8 points all in the first quarter. Anigwe 6, Mitchell 6, and I believe Lee Kayen was the last one with 5. So we'll see if the Dreamers can pull off, and as of right now, equaling the league high in deficits in the game. But that and more after this. Another doubleheader tomorrow in the Plus League. The Lioneers welcome in the Pilots. And here in Xingzhou, we have the Kings versus the Steelers. If you're considering checking out the Jeremy Lin show, well, we have the replay for you right here from the first half. Probably one of the easier makes for him, and in all other cases, really utilizing his entire bag of dribble moves with layups. He might have even earned himself something extra there. Pump fakes and reload threes. Perhaps his easiest look of the night. And that's a replay of a previous shot off the backboard. And I think the most impressive thing to me is, despite as much attention as the Dreamers put defensively onto him, like in one of these plays, he can still get his shot off and make it. Well, if you're curious, the league record of points scored in a game is 50. That's the new record. Jeremy ahead of Chris McCullough in the third season with 21 points. I think that was the opening quarter as a Dreamer, though. And Byron Mullins did it last season. I remember that was also in the first half here at home. He was crazy hot from threes. So another day, another record. And the Kings still have a half to go, but with a victory can bring themselves within a half a game. You see Byron Mullins in the building. Haven't seen him in a bit. Still averaging pretty good numbers. Good block out by Mitchell. Well, if one great game to propel you to a month MVP, this might be one of those, as Jeremy now screens for Mitchell. Fancy dribbling. As Joseph Lin will put it up and roll out. Tap rebound to Gilbeck's hands, though. So let's get the second half notes going as Jeremy steals it on the skip pass. He thought about it, now lines it up. Too easy. Now we're back on a familiar beat in the second half. Kenny trying to big shake right, forcing up a shot, but Jeremy's defense was clean. Catching a pass from his brother. Anigwe, quick brush screen and easy runner. It looked like the Dreamers don't know how to play basketball on defense. They're really not doing a great job matching up as Lu Guanyang, this time from the left corner. That will bridge three-point made for the Dreamers. Basically an entire stretch of 12-minute quarters and a minute here. Down low to Christian as Gilbeck in the way, and looks like they have an agreement for basket interference. Not much he can do there, as now Anigwe will have an and one opportunity despite not making the shot. Not really super clean with a catch. Got Gilbeck in the air and hands in the net. Only thankful thing for the Dreamers, it's not a foul. Well, I guess not a secondary foul. He has 3 personal, don't forget. Kind of getting loopy now. Anigwe misses the free throw. Achi getting around Christian, floating it up, but Gilbeck has to recover, and a tough fall as Tony Mitchell kind of got under him. Thankfully, it looks like Gilbeck's all right. Looks like everybody's all right, just taking it a little slow. Gonna look at Mitchell almost getting his hands on that one, and there you see the hands to the chest. Gilbeck can recover. I don't think he heard the whistle, as you see him on the floor asking was it a foul or not. Joseph Lin, again, that jab step, so lethal. He floats it. This time it's good. So actually, for the first time in the game, Joseph Lin on the scoreboard. Aji got Li Kaiyan in the air, but missing the little layup there. That's the kind of night it's been. Kenny Chen got a hand on and will get the steal. We're going down this time from the right side 45. That one is off. A little hustle will go a long way. Aji crashed into. And it'll be foul against Jeremy. Definitely thinking he would have earned a foul on the other side. Get another look. I mean, there's some contact on the hip, and it looks like there's contact on the hand, too. As Jeremy was trying to make the argument that Aji was flopping. 2 for the Dreamers as Lin Junji gets the Dreamers off to a decent free throw shooting start to that half. Up until this point, 7 for 17 is not going to get it done when you're on the road and already down big. 2 for 2 trip. Now it's Joseph. Coughs it up. Boyd to Kenny. And that one's good. But Ryan Marchand gonna let his Kings figure it out. On a little 4-0 run as the foul from behind this time. Jeremy crashing into Gilbeck on the aftermath. Definitely you can expect Kenny Chen to play Jeremy even more physically. They're already down on the scoreboard and not much to lose as now Gilbeck crashes into him. Just a simple switch there. Well, Gilbeck 4 personal, Kenny 3. Aji with 3. Dreamers, as physical as they want to play, try to play, it might be causing them problems with eligibility on the floor. Big skip pass to Joseph. Dribbling left, flying through, and this one will fall. Good skill there. The ambidextrous Joseph Lin. Aji lost the handles of it as Anigwe with possession. He'll try a 3. Will the pink sneakers, excuse me. I mean, it'd be even more impressive if it were pink slippers. Hook pass to Gilbeck. Leaves it short. One now. Smartly playing the jab step as Gilbeck flies in for the help block. Aji from the left. He'll try. Yes. The deficit is now 25. Recall it started 26 in the second half. Junji now with 5 on the quarter. As Jeremy swallowed up there. Turnover, steal by Kenny. Gilbeck with 1 man to beat. There's a 2-handed hammer. And Marchand with basically a starting unit out there. We'll just let him get after it. Joseph Lin. Not finding the open Anigwe on the left. There he goes. Getting one in the air. Ball on the deck, though. Running low on time. They beat the shot clock, and now a foul as they played good defense for more than 24 seconds. and yet have to cough up a foul. Let's see who it's on. We'll sort that out after this break here in the broadcast. Kings still maintain the lead, though. The Dreamers not quite done yet. We'll be back after this.
好，手上有一些小礼物，不知道有人点的，有点的帮我发出一点声音，好不好？来喽！
来，准备的朋友，把你的双手借给我。让我们2楼以上等下也为我们的蓝队伙伴们提供礼物，水分的大炮。
手上有一个海报，有没有需要海报的朋友？还有很多。等一下呢，好不好？等一下接近的时候再出来发到小礼物。
The next Plus League midweek game is Wednesday. Keep an eye on that. Wednesday, January 31st in Taipei Hubing Gymnasium.
都有机会可以拿到我们今天的小礼物。好了，接下来呢，下半天继续为我们新的国。
Of the faces so far we've seen, I recognize Rakuten Monkeys outfielder Chen in attendance. Not his first time. There you see, not dressed up for this game, number 24 Venti. Having a long conversation with Joseph Lin. Those two former teammates, I believe, with the Braves back in the SBL days. So where he left off, some Christian Inigue free throws to administer. No good with the first. That was one thing to pick at. Right now, the Kings only 11 for 18 at the line. And it looks like more basketball and administrative. Would be kind of awkward whether they counted or not. We left off with a miss, and now the referees are going to the scorer's table. Kind of awkward. There you see Mitchell was in there, and it looks like they indeed have made that mistake. Well, that's 2 weeks in a row. The referees have had a big gaffe when it comes to free throw shooters. I was going to say, the start of the second half was flowing quite along nicely. Now we have some issues. And it looks like the referees will have to eat this mistake up themselves, allowing the wrong guy to step up to the free throw line.
发球有错误，上来发球的不是刚刚的选手，所以是控球加球。
But I think for the Kings, they might be taking away the free throw and only with one left. Well, that is definitely not a good look on the officials, because it looks like they'll be the ones taking this free throw away from the Kings and not allowing a second one. Now, no matter the lead in the game, of course, the Kings have a great argument to say, you're the ones who are supposed to administer the free throws from the referee on the baseline. Now, the awkward thing is, who's going to take the second free throw? Will it also be Christian Inigue, or will it have to be the correct free throw shooter in Tony Mitchell? I will repeat, this is definitely a black eye on officiating for the Plus League referees. If it's possible, maybe they should give themselves a technical foul. And by that, actually, it looks like they're taking away all the free throws. Well, by the rule book, they might be right, but I'm sure if you're a King, you'd want a little bit of help. After last week, the Lioneers had a layup after a Lioneers missed free throw. Doug, fake pass, ball batted around, and Chen will get the lay-in. So add more damage to the result of the mistake there. Foul down low, and this time it's Lee Kai-yin who landed hard on his backside, though he's in a little bit better breathing space. That's hopefully the right guy is taking these free throws. You see Boy got his hands on the opponent's chest. That'll definitely throw your balance off. We have yet another stoppage in the game. Lee Kai-yin not going to leave the floor. He'll take these free throws unless he's going to get attention on the bench. And it looks like Lee Kai-yin's want to take himself out of the game. He's holding his right wrist. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world to bring in the free throw shooting of Jeremy's coming in. Getting a look at his right wrist and his left hand going hard to the ground. One thing I noticed about Jeremy is in his free throw routine, he can interrupt himself or he can be interrupted pretty much at any point in time. Has got to be concerning for your Kings and Kings fans. Lee Kai-yin really doesn't look like he's shaking off that hand injury at all. So if you're the Kings too, you actually have Jeremy out there maybe earlier than you want, though again, there's been a number of stoppages so far in the second half. For a little bit more rest as Julian Boyd cans the three. Skip pass as JJ gets it to Manigal. Aji gets in the middle of that one. Here they come. Boyd back to Aji, over to Doug. And looks like a illegal kick by Doug. And no rebound, just a turnover. Don't see that a lot. Definitely the trajectory of this shot was definitely funny looking. And maybe the mechanics is why. That's a little believable considering JJ took a fall there. If the contest is clean, you should be able to run past the shooter. Of course, shooters would argue my normal shooting motion looks like so-and-so. And awkwardly enough, this will result in free throws. So you learn something every day. James seeing his playing time and his production go down. Only 3.5 points per game. One of the original members of the Kings squad. Actually, I believe, if I'm correct, the second player even announced to be signed with the club. Previously, member of the Taiwan Beer squad in the SPL. Jeremy trying to stay in front of Aji as they switch. Boyd trying to post them up. Soft help and strips. Spin move as the Dreamers touch it out of bounds. The Kings trying to make an argument that Perlman illegally put his hand in the court, which definitely be in a dangerous spot. I mean, if they want to replay it, I mean, I would think Jamie Perlman's kind of putting himself in danger. He's standing out of bounds, but does he touch the ball out of bounds? I mean, I understand the playfulness of it all, but again, kind of putting yourself in a dangerous spot, and it looks like it'll be a technical foul, so. It is also kind of a player safety thing, even if it was his own player. There's Lee Kai-yin with at least a smile now. Recall, he did have a hand and wrist injury in previous seasons. Technical by Jeremy. Doorbell keeps on ringing for the Kings. Well, that on the Mandarin broadcast, I just heard that adds a new meaning to 什么都点得到. Aji, tough defense, will force the ball into the backcourt. Will stay with the Kings, though. Looks like Perlman will issue the replay challenge. And yet another stoppage, but we are more than halfway through the third quarter. It's definitely been a slug. So what have the Dreamers done better in this third quarter? Well, I would not say they have done a great job in trying to get back in the game. They've only made up 3 points. The Kings have turned it over 4 times, but they've also hit on 5 of 10 shots and 5 of 6 free throws. So Kings are kind of still pulling their weight offensively. Meanwhile, the Dreamers 19 points. They have had 6 assists, so sharing the basketball is at least working in this quarter. Aji getting the Boyd screen, but rejecting it. Foul from behind by Joseph. Marble going baseline as Kenny Manigault almost stealing at one time. The help defense causes the block. Joseph will land it up. Just off. He's also wearing pink shoes. Seems to be a theme for the Kings this game. It is not even their Women's Day. Marble with an easy 2. Get past to Manigault. 2-foot set. That's good. Not heard a word from the Dreamers bench. Relatively quiet as Aji blocked by, no. Foul by Jeremy. He did fly in. I won't say he was perfectly vertical. 4 personal for number 7. Get another look. He is moving his feet, and that is definitely an A to B foul. It would only be not a foul if he swatted the basketball for a block shot. And then you make the contact, which the referees could then let go. Lin Junji at the line. Lin Junji so far on the quarter now built himself up to 6 points. Perfect from the line so far. He didn't score at all in the first half. Jeremy, ball gets away from him, though nobody else has touched it. With Gilbeck fresh in the game. Manigault already hit one. No rotation, not a lot of lift on that one. But Enigue jumps in for the board. Xiaoli from the short corner, easy. Between Ling Lireng and Wang Bozi. Real easy momentum, guys, for the Kings. Now he's trying to step up on Aji. Off the spot, the deep three, and an easy splash for Lin Junji. That's not really fair against the veteran. Now Manigault screening as Gilbeck couldn't stay clean. Five personal fouls for Gilbeck. Again, their physical defense was kind of doing a number on the Kings early in the quarter, but also running the problems of running out of fouls if all your main guys are out there and stacking them up. Wu Guanyang will just get a jog. You can't see him, but I saw he stood up from the corner of the bench and Proman shoot him away. So he just turned around. On the quarter, Jeremy's also leading score for the Kings side, now 39 piece. A chance at a 4-0 right here. Doug trying to go baseline, and Boyd saving it. He'll lay it in as not enough help on the backside after the play. Running low on time, Manigault off to an early run, drops it for Enigue, ball on the deck. Dreamers basketball as it rolls out of bounds. They do have a replay challenge of their own if they wanted to go to it, if the Kings were to do so. Big Su-Shian trying to switch on ball as the jump pass to avoid bad communication by the new subs, and Marchand will stop that. Call a timeout. Dreamers have at least cut it to within 19. Still a long way to go, but we got almost 14 minutes left in this one. Looking into my pregame notes. The head-to-head so far, the Dreamers have yet to lose to the Kings in just 2 games. And they've also not lost. And the Kings have also No, I'm looking at my notes incorrectly. The Dreamers did lose to the Steelers in the very first game they played on the season. As the Dreamers have not lost to the Pilots yet in only one game of action. The first one, Christmas Eve of last year, 120 to 104. It was kind of the Dreamers Kings first showdown and a big one. The Dreamers already starting to get hot from outside. That 120 piece was huge. Their 8th win in a row, the Kings' first home loss after the Pilots game who they lost to the week before. The Dreamers had 17 made threes. McCullough, the 40-pointer, but of course, to the Kings' dismay, the little layup at the end with the shot clock turned off. Achi had 21, Boyd had 21 off the bench. Then the last time they played each other was January 6th in Zhanghua, where the Kings were coming off that East Asia Super League road game. They were shorthanded. They made a much better adjustment against the Lioneers the next week, playing kind of the similar rotation without Jeremy and Lee Kai-yin. They did beat the Bolts 89 to 77. Ball out of bounds out for the Dreamers. The Dreamers, that game was their 10th game in a row, which tied a plus league record. But again, Jamie Perlman was not as happy with the whole effort of the team. And then the next day they lost, ending their winning streak against the Lioneers, who at the time made it 6 straight. Ball deflected and then a chance to run. Achi will get the layup to roll in. So much for the timeout by Coach Marchand right now. Dunk by Tony Mitchell. I spoke a little too soon. Nice find by King's teammate. So fake the shot, now they pass it. Almost left Boyd wide open. Got Sushin on him, choosing the tough fadeaway, almost. Spins around, Xiaoli will take a try. Remember, he was and continues to be 0 for on the game from outside. Boyd saves it from going out of bounds. Achi knocks it down. Hey, don't look now, but we have a little bit of a ball game. 18 points as Joe from the corner out to his teammates. This is definitely not a lineup you'd expect out of the Kings, but certainly positionally makes sense. Manigault going to work on Jerry. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. So the Dreamers do make a little bit of headway, but they're still down big. The 4th quarter, 4th and final frame of this basketball game coming up.
出现Uber Eats上点得到跟点不到的商品，点得到比个圈，点不到比个叉。超姐点得到吗？啊，没错，那曹手点得到吗？点得到 ，Let's go！ 哦 ，Roger 跟我们的 Maggie， 请问我们超姐点得到吗？没有，超姐点不到。啊，曹手点得到，超姐点不到啊。Hello， 两位。我们的超杰以及曹手点得到的话比个圈圈，点不到的话比个叉叉。没错，正确答案。Hello， 慢慢看一下我们大荧幕好吗？请问一下，我们超杰点得到吗？点得到的话比圈，点不到比叉。没错。Hello， 两位美女，我们曹手点得到吗？曹手，没错。那超杰呢？超杰点得到吗？没错 ，Let's go， 来下一位 ，Hello 两位，好，刚好这个位置对应到超杰弟弟点得到吗？Uber Eats点得到超杰吗？没错，那这位美女曹手呢 ？Hello，welcome to the 新庄 Castle， 欢迎来到我们的新庄城堡。Hello，Let's go。
Plus League 球迷 Oh My Basketball 是我本人在 IE Bar 学英文吧教你篮球的英文术语，欢迎大家点资讯栏的连接一起学习。Talk about good third quarters. The Dreamers actually had 35 to the Kings 25, so they make up a 10-point difference. Still find themselves down by 16 with 12 minutes to play. Looking at the Plus League's third season, the biggest turnaround comes to the fourth quarter. And almost certain you're only going to find this on the English broadcast. Came when the Braves had a 15-point lead against the Kings on December 23rd. Alley-oop to Julian Boyd, and just like that, 16 is down to 14. I am almost certain Jeremy Lin is due back shortly. The team is not playing well without him. Manny Galt swings it to Joe from 27 feet out as Shaoli. Good effort, but he will fall out of bounds. And as predicted, Jeremy's checking in with Kyle. Get another look at the alley-oop. Well, nobody got in front of Julian Boyd. Finally, Ling Lilun realizes he's the man subbed out. So Su Sixuan, Manny Gao, Ling Su Hao, Li Kaiyan, and who else am I missing? And Tony Mitchell. And for the Dreamers, Do Bo Chen, Devin Marble, Julian Boyd, Doug Creighton, and Ling Jingji. A jump ball is called as Kings adamant it should be a foul. And a look at this one as Marble definitely got his hands on Manny Galt's wrist, but if you subscribe to the hand is part of the ball, that would be legal. Marble's got a lane. Getting into the paint as easy block by Mitchell. And Aji steals it away from Jeremy in transition. Numbers for the Dreamers as Ling Jingji fires away, and that's good. Marchand calling another timeout as the deficit now sits at 11 points. Dreamers coming on late, but maybe they want to go for a record. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Plus League.
I'm a diva, where's my crown? I'm gonna be on top. Crushing like a tank. You can't control my vibe. I'm a diva, where's my crown? You can't control my vibe.
Everybody make some noise for New Taipei Queens! 谢谢我们的女王们 ，Let's go！
Welcome back to the broadcast. So far, it is a 5-0 run in the fourth quarter, but the Kings have now looked quite out of sorts. And perhaps the last 6 minutes or play or so, Ling Jingji with 18 points in his second half. Maybe pale in comparison to Jeremy, but at least making it a ball game here for these Dreamers on the road. Some of it serendipitous, but other times it's that alley-oop skill that also really comes in handy. He's been doing a kind of a work against the Kings in transition this game, getting his hands on a lot of unsuspecting dribblers. And there's Doug, who almost got a steal. Again, the concentration and lack of work to the fundamentals. Couple go to the deck, but Manigal slices to the cup. So that'll end the run. I guess that would be something Perlman and the Dreamers not so happy about. A coast-to-coast trip as Aji launches. Put a real fright in the Kings fans in attendance. Back pass to James. He'll try for three. Off as Mitchell got two hands. A little bit too hot. They will say it stays with the Kings, though the Dreamers are going the other way. Now they get everyone on the same page. See that referee pointing the wrong way, but it was the lead official call. That's the man on the baseline. Big Sushi, off three. An easy lay-in assist to Lee Kai-yin. Pressure on Do Chen. That leaves the Dreamers with a free shooter. It's Doug Creighton who knocks down another one for the team in black. Down to Kenny Manigal, lobs it for Tony Mitchell and a foul. Thankfully, everybody involved looks okay. But it looks like we have a possible sportsmanship foul coming up. The lead official, the same number 66 again on the call. Getting another look. Just bad transition D, not getting a stop. And over here, I'm not quite sure this exactly fits the criteria, but unsportsmanlike. He's certainly trying hard for the basketball. He's not tugging down. But that's what the referees call. Getting an explanation from the crew chief, who's now the slot official. Looks like Tony Mitchell wants to measure the height of the rim first, giving the Dreamers a chance to make subs. And off. One more and possession for the Kings, so kind of a momentum killer for the Dreamers. Andy Galt with a lane, fouled by Gilbeck, and that'll be it. Oh, so much for that substitution. Understandably, Gilbeck not happy about it. Kind of think you might need a little bit of help from your teammates to also protect. There's contact on the hip first before the block shot. He'll end his evening with 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 personal fouls. Definitely a tough situation to be in. But when you have 5 fouls, when you have 4 in a 40-minute game, you really run that risk when you're out there. And I would equally defend Gilbeck in saying that's kind of his job to defend the paint. Kenny Manigal quickly amassing some pretty nice numbers. 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. Marble on the switch. Being switched back. Aji working into the elbow with a miss, and that's the 14th rebound now for K. Sometimes I call him that. Jeremy with marble guarding has got a lane early floater. And might be a first I've seen of that one in the bag of tricks of Jeremy. Oh, strong into the right with that three. Lead is up to 17. Manigault into some trouble, coughs it up, but no, Lee Kai-in picks up his teammate. Up close, he'll miss, and Kings will play keep away. Even with 8 minutes to go, part of it, you can imagine the Dreamers have a lot of stamina taken away from them in this comeback. Good find by Mitchell. Sushi from the left corner. Got it. And like I said, the Dreamers, to score 35 and hold the Kings on the defensive end, have definitely had to pay a price in terms of their fatigue, and it's kind of showing up now here in the fourth. Down by 20 with 8 minutes left to go. So far, after Gilbert fouled out of the game at 9 minutes and 23 seconds, it's been a 7-0 run. There's only games on Saturday and Sunday, so the week MVP voting will be a little bit easier to manage instead of last week where we had 1 game Friday, 2 games Sunday, and 1 game on Tuesday. Splitting things up. So another look at the exploits of Kenny Manigault here in the fourth quarter. First, that layup and causing the Gilbert foul. This part of the 7-0 run to cause the Dreamers to go to timeout, and Mitchell there didn't make a clean catch, but had great awareness to find his shooter. Kings are out of their timeout first. Dreamers are just breaking their huddle now. The Dreamers' key, to me, if looking at this table, is their points allowed in the second row. 81.6 when they win, 96.3. That's a huge split. The rebounds go down a little bit naturally because you don't defend the opponents as well. 3-point percentage is not really scared anybody if you take the overall stat, the aggregate, so to speak. A little Spain pick and roll by the Dreamers. But the Kings cover it up, allowing Kenny to brick that one. It was much closer with a first quarter attempt, I recall. Little stagger ball screen as Jeremy floats it to Mitchell, and an easy dunk. He's got a handful of slams on the game. Manigault got the pass out of bounds, as getting a sense that the Dreamers are running out of air. King switch, making sure they got a hand in Aji's face. A block by Big Sushi, and Manigault now up to 15 rebounds. They got a mismatch if they go to it. Dreamers switch, though they still have guard Lu Guanliang on Su Sushi. They actually have a zone going on now. Manigault working in space, missing. Again, the Dreamers can't afford to slow it up, but they can't afford to turn it over. Playing the keep away. Lee Kai-yin find Devin Marble guarding him. Manigault guarded by Ryan. Going to the spin move, leaving it short. Just an extra rebound for Kenny Manigault. Boyd will try the quick three, and that's a brick. Kenny Chen giving Jeremy the left. He takes it, taking the bump. Did a pretty good job to put it on target. More toweling off the baseline here. Looks like Marchand will bring in some of his bench to relieve the players on the floor. It's Lee Kai-yin and Mitchell going down for Chen Junan and Tank, who was actually complimented by Kenny Manigault for his big belly. And last year's Yangjiang Mangsama. Mitchell going off to a well-deserved bit of rest. Can't get to the 100 mark on that missed free throw. Marble, quick shot. Off as it looks like Boyd might have got away with a push there. Doug blindly passing it. Kenny saving it back, but low on time. Another block by Sushi. He is quite vicious now. Tank getting fancy behind the back as Sendrunat finds him. Mismatch, and Boyd commits the foul. Good save by the Tower Boy here on the baseline. Was a little local magic. Get another look. Kenny Chen trying to be physical, but didn't get enough of Sushi's body. And just a take foul by Boyd. Tank, you're a much better shooter than that. So far on this season of number 11, newly signed free agent King, Wang Bozi. Having a little bit of time finding him as he's now number 11, averaging 9 minutes per game when he does get out there. Need to work on his free throw shooting a little though. Now 12 for 18. Marble taking some big steps and a foul. That big belly working in the wrong way. Marble still in the game, battling out there. 11 points on only 3 of 12 shooting, so efficiency-wise, still trying to get in a groove. You can say he did so in the game against the Lioneers in the second half. Only 6 of 17 that game, but I think most critically, as Coach Perlman has given him his props for being a good defender, Oscar and number 24 import Ifibra combined for 54 in that game. I mean, it's not just Marble, it's him and his teammates. But again, the Dreamers, at least to start this season, had 4 big imports, 4 big guys. 3-man game for Jeremy, trying to find an outlet. Backdoor, good eyes by Marble to poke it out of bounds. One kind of maybe underrated absence for the Dreamers is Chen Jie, their backup shooting guard. Not been available for a couple of games now. Chen had a clean catch, taking on Marble in an easy swat. Nice step from Kenny Chen. His layup will bring his scoring effort to 12 points on the evening. Sushi's got to be better about keeping Doug behind him. Tank's got a second chance, but easily blocked. All ball there, I could see it myself. Boy, we're trying to find space. Now he does from the perimeter. Quick fire three. Dreamers have not been able to string together an incendiary hot streak from the outside like they need to. So far in the game, actually an okay 9 for 28. 29 is about 30%. Again, those got to put a lot of things together when the Kings are playing as well as they are. Kenny Manigault gets by one, the helicopter has taken off. Timeout Dreamers, and that might be all she wrote. You could see that one coming from a mile away. The Dreamers doubling Jeremy, putting in a lot of effort on ball, but when you only have Doug Creighton, the last defender, and no help coming around, Manigault can even do it in the half court. A little runway there. What a flush by number 55. In a long 48-minute game, you'll have a lot of heroes, and with Jeremy out at stretches, it's been Kenny Manigault who has had to run the show a lot. He's the second highest scorer for the Kings with 19 points and 18 rebounds. We've not had that many 20-point, 20-rebound games on the season because of the changes to the import rules where you can dress 3 and play 2 at all times on the floor. So far on the season, it's only been accomplished twice. Byron Mullins on December 9th, 25 points, 23 rebounds, but he is almost a 7'2", 7'3" center. And Jason Washburn, a 7-foot center for the Pilots back on January 6th against the Steelers, 20 points and 22 rebounds. A little love from Kenny Manigault to the fans watching at home. All locals out there for the Kings, as now even number 4. The Wei Ting has checked in the game. The only one to not play for the Kings now, number 49, Zai Zhenghao, one of the newer members. Kenny Chen will float it in. Little assist from the backboard there. Century now will try, and that's a swish. Century now trying to find confidence after now 2 seasons. This is a 3rd with the Kings. Marble somehow keeps the dribble alive and beats Sushi to the cup. Looks like Century Nan will head to the bench maybe with a nosebleed. Just getting hit in the wrong spot. So a little unfortunate, but Century Nan will have to take care of that. Gonna look at his 3-pointer, just a quick and easy release. Kind of looked like he was dealing with something already. So, number 49, Zai Zhenghao is fresh in the game. Tank will miss. Eventually, Manimal or Lin Yaozong for the Dreamers will get the board as Kenny denied by Tank. Marble for the corner. 2.5 minutes to go. We can already put in the books. The Kings will come away with this victory, and that'll make it 2 wins in a row for them, having last lost to the Dreamers. Ali will practice his runner. Only import out there for the Dreamers is Marble, who you can imagine, understandably, is trying to find a little bit more rhythm, trying to find some chemistry with the club, familiarity with the boys. Looks like number 18, Yang Sen-yin, is also ready to check in for the Dreamers. Kings running some motion. Tank stepping through, missing the layup. Cai Zhenghao will clean up the glass. And under 2 minutes to go, the subs will be allowed to be made. Cai Zhenghao, so far on the season, actually 2 for 2 with now 4 points. So now Marble and Kenny Chen are out for, already said, Yang Se-yin, and now OG member of the Dreamers, Wu Song-wei, is also in. He's in the bottom right corner in the red and blue sneakers. Rookie Ding Guanhao had a chance in a putback, but no luck. Waiting, kind of wild layup attempt. Moves away. A little bit of an overshoot from the right corner. So if you need a reminder, tomorrow the Kings are waiting. A pretty nice push shot there. The Kings play the Steelers tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Big few tickets are left on the Kings ticket sales platform. And in the afternoon game, the Pilots play the Lioneers in Hsinchu. Waiting, finally engaged on the offense with a nice, nothing but net three. He hasn't found a lot of confidence in his last 2 seasons, but he has looked awfully good here in a little bit of cleanup work here in this 4th quarter. Ding Guanhao, Lu Guanliang, but it looks like he's content with letting the clock run. So 114-82 is your final here. Well, we'll have our post-game interview coming up as we first congratulate the Kings for notching this victory. The Dreamers next play at Höping Gymnasium next Saturday.
这里拿到所有的群体签名球衣的朋友非常开心哦。看来今晚是睡不着觉了。好，那接下来还有我说的群体签名实战球鞋。
Still a little bit away from our post-game interview as Jeremy having some conversation with some Dreamers before getting into his giveaway routine. To recap the game, it was tight in the first quarter, but quarter two was all Jeremy Lin. He pretty much outscored the entire field of play, which he did with 22 points, a plus league record for quarter scoring. Then in the third quarter, the Kings, you could say, didn't play that bad, but the Dreamers were able to get a number of takeaways and pretty much put their pedal to the metal and getting almost all their points via the fast break. And then the fourth quarter, well, 9 Kings scores. Usually we talk about how many players can score for the team overall. But 9 on the quarter probably feels good for those guys. Now Jeremy on the headphone and the mic.
谢谢。他们是一个非常好的球队。我们都知道，他们今年就是肯定是比去年进步了很多。
Jeremy giving props to the Dreamers for being a good team, even better than last year. Now asked about his team's effort on the defensive end, which probably helped him to his personal record.
我觉得我们都是怎么说，就是有时候我们前面有一点太顺，所以感觉是我们做每一样东西做得非常好。那我们在那个中间就遇到一些低潮，然后我们要调整很多。可是这次都是从教练团出来，就是一直稳定的把这个文化就是 build up，所以我们一直是从沟通跟防守跟篮板那。 我觉得就是这3、4场，包括东超，是防守为主的，那我们一直是这样的，必须是这样的一个球队，不能靠进攻。
Jeremy then a little bit longer-winded, saying in the beginning they were playing smooth with all winning streak, but in their lulls in their losing streak, the coaching staff really built their culture and practices up.
就用沟通吧，然后有时候也会就是。 自己练，或者跟他们练，或者就是我觉得主要是，我主要是要改变一个标准。我觉得很多投篮的他们的标准是进球是好球，不进球是不好的球。可是我希望就是一个射手，他们的标准就是，如果是一个好的机会，好的出手的机会，我投了就是好球。如果是不好的，然后我投了就不好球，或者是一个好的，然后我没投。 这是我最有问题的所以我们一直也是一样，这是一种文化就一直稳定的 build 下去。
Then sharing about how to communicate with his teammates, saying that mainly change the standards. In Taiwan, it's usually made shots are good shots, misses are bad, but he wants it so the open shots are the good shots, and the open shots that are not taken are bad decisions. And finishing off the last point, saying the last few games their keys has been on defense, communicate,
我觉得
defend and rebound.
Tony Mitchell 是非常关键的一个球员，我也觉得Christian 也是 Kenny。我们今天就是虽然我们不是那么高，可是球员是跳得很高，然后是很有防守的一个能力吧，就非常有防守的能力。那你看到他们就是打得很硬，然后去抢很多球，就感觉不是那么舒服所以他们三个加起来就是非常好的一个防守。那当然我们也有另外一个 Import of the Year，很期待他回来 Byron。那我们也知道他篮板是很夸张，可是他现在就是慢慢要恢复。
Then saying Tony Mitchell was the key today, but with Christian Enigue and Kenny Manigault's jumping abilities and mobilities, their defensive abilities and effort, when they play hard, they make it uncomfortable for their opponents. And don't forget, Byron Mullins still kind of nursing his injuries, will be due back and that'll definitely be a boost to the Kings' strength on their squad. That might be enough for one day, but we appreciate you joining us for this broadcast. Lioneers versus Pilots in the afternoon game. It's Steelers versus Kings right here in Xingzhuang Gymnasium. The English broadcast will be for the evening game once again. All on behalf of Xiao Hu, on behalf of Julian, our league partners at FTV Momo TV, and the 6 teams in the Plus League and our league office, I'm Ryan Chen, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
OK 吗？好，我们请中间的媒体。